Welcome to another edition of
Studying with Lundy!
In 1863, one battle changed everything, and one speech helped heal a nation. By mid-1863, both sides had suffered major losses. The South had won big battles, but hadn't won the war. Confederate General Robert E. Lee hoped a victory in the North would end the war. His troops marched into Pennsylvania. Fighting erupts near Gettysburg. Confederate forces push Union troops back, but the Union regroups on high ground. Heavy fighting spreads across hills like Little Round Top. Both sides suffer major losses. Lee orders 12,000 Confederate soldiers to charge across open ground. Nearly half are killed or wounded. The Union wins. Lee retreats. The South never again invades the North. More Americans died at Gettysburg than in any other Civil War battle. The town was filled with the wounded and dying. In November 1863, people gathered at Gettysburg to honor the dead. President Lincoln was asked to say a few words. Lincoln spoke for just 2 minutes, but his 272 words carried a powerful message. Lincoln reminded Americans why they were fighting: to preserve a country based on liberty and equality. In just a few words, Lincoln honored the fallen, united the country, and gave hope for the future. The battle changed the war. The speech changed history. Now it's time to pause and reflect. Now that you know the story, can you explain why Gettysburg mattered? Write a 6-word summary of the Gettysburg Address for your exit ticket on Google Classroom. When Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address on November 19, 1863, he only spoke for about 2 minutes, incredibly short for such a famous speech. At that time, photography required a long exposure, meaning people had to stand still for several seconds for a clear image. So while Lincoln was speaking, the photographer, Alexander Gardner, was still setting up his camera. By the time Gardner actually snapped the photo, Lincoln had already finished speaking and was leaving the stage. In the photo, he's barely visible, a blurry figure in a top hat in the middle of the crowd. Historians didn't even notice it was him until decades later. And as always, thank you for watching Studying with Lundy.